Exclusive new video from the border showing another massive shipment of illegal drugs just intercepted by Texas DPS. Border correspondent Jaeson joins us live from Phoenix, Arizona, with the latest on this. Afternoon, Jaeson.
Chris, good afternoon. It's good to be with you. You know, all week we were embedded this week at ground zero between El Paso and Del Rio, Texas, with the men and women of the Texas Department of Public Safety's Elite Aircraft Division, as they're really seeing a major trend change. What's happened is that the new Juarez cartel, who operates on the Mexico side, is now splitting people that they're moving into the country more towards the east, toward the Del Rio sector and into the Sanderson, Texas area, but then also moving deadly drugs further to the west near Van Horn. I want to give you an example of what I'm talking about. Listen to Lieutenant Jimmy Morris, who was working side by side with U.S. Customs and Border Protection as they seized 140 pounds of marijuana. And remember, a lot of this out here in this remote area is also poly loaded with fentanyl and methamphetamine. Take a look at what they found.
Okay, so we just got two bundles just a little bit over here. Tracks come down right through here. We keep on tracking here. Tracking. And you can see down in here. The tracks in here. Some more tracks. You can see there are tracks right there for court. Boom. Got him. Got your butt.
Just great work by law enforcement there and the lieutenant, and what that aircraft represents out there. What ended up happening in that particular case is that they had three individuals working with the new Juarez cartel, moving that dope into Van Horn, Texas area. As the helicopters came in, the smugglers took off back to Mexico, hid that narcotics that you just saw that was seized. But here's the thing about it. You know, this week when we were there, there's so many of these bundles out there. We were literally flying over near the Van Horn area, and Lieutenant Morris looked down. He read sign on the ground. He said, hey, that's fresh. We landed and seized a bundle that had been left previously. And it's an example of just how open our border is, Chris. You know, the Secretary of Homeland Security continues to tell the American people that your border is safe and your border is secure. And I want to tell you, as someone that is on that border every other week, that is absolutely false. Our border is not safe and our border is not secure. But it's an important thing that we have to illuminate the great work of what law enforcement is doing in some of the most remote areas, because what they stop there doesn't impact the rest of this country, Chris.
Well, Jaeson, we have been covering the border crises for 2 years now, since Joe Biden started to occupy the Oval Office. What are you being told? What is ahead for us if we've got 2 more years of Biden and a guy like Alejandro Mayorkas running things at the border? What's in store for America?
Well, get ready. You know, in the month of December, we had over 250,000 plus apprehensions at our southern border. Now, here's the reason why what's about to take place. It really has me concerned. As the president recently announced the C1 application, where what they call advanced processing, where when migrants hit Mexico, they can start filling out an app in order to make the request to come into the United States, quote unquote, legally through the parole process. What they're really doing is legalizing illegal immigration. And I can tell you, I'm already looking at the numbers of what's happening between the ports where Border Patrol operates. Those numbers are dropping dramatically. What that tells me, Chris, it's coming, is that they're shifting the problem from between the ports to the ports of entry. And the Department of Homeland Security and the administration are going to claim massive successes because they've taken these people from between the ports. Here's what they're not telling the American people. The encounters are going to continue to climb from people all over the world as they've legalized illegal immigration. And then guess what's going to happen that they won't mention publicly is that secondaries that are conducted by Office of Field Operations on the ports will be completely overrun. And most of the fentanyl seized, according to CBP data, is on the ports of entry. This means the 18-wheelers, there won't be secondaries conducted. So you can expect more deadly fentanyl, methamphetamine, and other things. But we're going to give you the data to show you. But I got to tell you, I'm extremely concerned. I've not seen the drop in numbers between the ports of entry like what I'm seeing right now since President Biden announced this was going to be their new policy. Get ready. Tectonic shifts are coming along the border, and most importantly, how it impacts the American people. But we're going to be covering it right here on this channel.
Yeah.